Hi, this is Alexander Van Stone. Welcome back to Van Stone Virtual Productions presents Unreal Engine for Musicians Part 5. In this portion of the tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to get all of your photographic video elements that you're going to be capturing on the day. So the clean green screen shot, the rough-in reference monitor shot, and also recording your audio. In this case, I'm going to be recording a scratch track of my backing song along with a DI out and an amp microphone in front of my bass amp. Okay, so we are still here in our project. We have our composite open and everything here. We'll go over to our composure tab. We can see our little viewport here where things are distorted. I'm going to go ahead and feed in some video footage from what we're seeing on our reference monitor and also what we're getting directly in camera. So 1 second for that. The other thing is just to make sure, create a new media texture, assign your media player to it, and then make sure you have that texture assigned here and that your media player is playing your camera feed. So we're good on that here. Alright, I'm now speeding on my reference monitor and my Blackmagic camera. So now I'm speeding on my cinema camera and my reference monitor. So I'm going to have those side by side here. I've got my bass hooked up and I've got myself lit. So you can see here, this is about what my original plan was. And given the constraints of my apartment, this is the full body seeing my whole instrument playing shot that I'm able to get. But as you can see, we have our elements in the foreground, we have the animated characters and the environment in our background, and then I'm right here composited in the midground. Now I know this live reference monitor is kind of washed out and I look a little ghostly, but for roughing in the key as well as your composition, I think it's more than adequate, and then you're seeing side by side here on the raw footage from the camera what it looks like. And the thing is, our final composite isn't happening here in Unreal Engine. It's going to be happening either in Premiere or After Effects or DaVinci Resolve. For the sake of this project, I'll be doing it in Premiere, and I'll walk you through what my process is for that. You can see I got my bass hooked up, ready to go. The next thing I'm going to walk you through is what my audio setup is for all of this. So today I'm going to be recording on this Zoom H4n. I've had this guy for over 10 years. It's super handy. I use it for field shoots all the time for like scripted video, like short films and comedy sketches, as well as like interviews and documentaries. I've also used it just for getting audio interviews I later transcribed for writing. But kind of the setup I have here, the first thing is this is my 1/8 inch out studio headphone jack that I'm going to be listening to for reference as I play. Up here, I have my iPad with my sheet music I'm going to be reading off of. And there is a 1/8 inch to 1/8 inch cable coming out of that and going into the aux port on the back of the Zoom H4n right there. Now, these two cables that are going into my XLR ports, what they are doing is, this is my Fender 40-watt Rumble combo amp, and this is a SM57 that I have about 2 feet from the amp I have this microphone about 2 feet from the amp pointed directly at the center of the speaker. For today, the only pedal I'm using is the MXR bass compressor. And so the other XLR cable is feeding out of the direct out XLR port on the back of this combo amp. So over here when I'm mixing all of this, I want to make sure that you can see our levels. This is what our reference music and sheet music is playing back at. And now we're in 4-channel mode here on the Zoom H4n. So that's allowing me to get this stereo signal of the original song that I'm going to use as my bass track in Premiere later. And then kind of what the Zoom does here is it records 2 different simultaneous stereo tracks.
So the first stereo track is going to be the left and right channel of the song I'm playing along to. And then the bottom two, track 1 is the SM57 miking my 40-watt combo amp about 2 feet away. And mic 2 is the XLR port DI out on the back of my amp. And I had to turn that DI out way, way, way down. So that's at about 5% input. And then I'm about 75% input for mic 1. So you can see I just play an open E on my bass. That I tried to balance this out so that the levels between the mic and the DI are about the same. And so in my ears, as I'm listening to this while I play, I'm going to hear the microphone on my amp in one ear, and I'm going to hear the DI out from my amp on the other ear, and then I'm just going to hear the 2 stereo channels of the song. This is a super handy thing that if you're already spending a bunch of money on your Unreal machine and everything else, it's easy to get this. I recommend these Zooms a lot. They're really great. If you're doing live video of a gig that you're doing, you can just run this into the soundboard and then sync it up with your drummer or yourself strumming out a note or whatever, and just have better audio with your video.
Okay, so that pretty well sums up what I have going for getting this all roughed in. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put on some different clothes that are a little better matched up for comping me out of the background and fit with the theme of the video. And then I'm going to go ahead and record myself playing through the song, and then we'll get into the post-production of how we tie all this together after that.